Sippers, welcome back to another episode of Pour Your Own Problems. I am your host, Mercy, and we're going to talk about capitalism, right? I want to address this, this form of why does everybody in this day and time want everything free? Like, is it worth having things free in this world? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for a good deal, but free is a whole different conversation. And I think at the end of the day, what it is, people are looking at what others have. You are lazy. You have made mistakes or made choices in life that have hindered you from having the success or having the opportunity to have the things that you truly want that is ideal for your life. So let's review.
Hey, boss, he ain't working.
Nothing in life is free. Well, it actually used to be, and then capitalism happened, and now everything in life costs money, and everything sucks. And there's always a double-edged sword. There's always some kind of clause, some kind of catch to literally anything that we do. It rains water from the sky that we need to live. The ocean used to be a rainbow, and now it's gray. We had the ability to spawn in our own food. Of every dietary restriction and need, people were having kids because they wanted to have kids, and they would still have a place to live at the end of the day. We could still have electricity, we could still have running water, we could still have indoor plumbing, we could still have iPhones. I'm just saying, the only reason why you believe nothing in this life comes free is because capitalism told you that. Money could...
False on so many levels. Even when we were hunter-gatherers, even when this was a agricultural society, you still had to work. How many of y'all gonna go out there and pick your own food? How many? Now, life in society has modernized a lot of things. We can't take nothing away from that. But it comes with a price. All of this comes with a price. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it comes with a price. You know, the good word says, a man that don't work shouldn't eat. And I know that people will try to make it seem so cliche to even say that these days, but the facts are the facts. Right is right, wrong is wrong. The proof is in the pudding. And no matter how we try to degrade or try to change what life is in general, at base level, it's a cause and effect, as well as you have to, nothing is free. Nothing is free. Not even freedom is free. If we don't pay our military, we don't pay our soldiers, how can we live in the freedoms that we have here in the United States? If we don't pay our physicians, our doctors, people that can diagnose us, how can we even get this far? Like, yes, I'm not saying that our systems don't be broken or don't be jacked up, because they are. This is not a perfect world. This is not one fits all, right? So to think that things need to be free is asinine. The water that they got back then is the water they got, whether it was a drought or not. Whatever, if it didn't rain, all right, you in a drought, and you weren't nowhere near the ocean, all right, you just gonna have to drink this, or a river or something. You just gonna have to drink this. You gonna have to just live without this water. So yeah, we can just turn on a faucet within the blink of an eye now, and that costs money. So what he's stating is ludicrous. But I digress. Let's keep it
Disappear
going.
overnight, and every billionaire will be worthless, and everything will go back to the way it was. Or at least we can start the conversation of getting it there. But yes, everything in life used to be free. Capitalism made that different. A whole bunch of white men in suits made that otherwise. Food, water, and shelter used to be free. There was literally no incentive of helping other people.
People are so ignorant. I'm trying to make it through this video, but people are so ignorant. Like, we didn't, like, if y'all don't pick up a history book, like, we didn't have kings and queens, dukes, and all this type of, like, what are we talking about? It was a price. Every civilization, you had a price. Now, depending on what their civilization was or what they required, a price had to be paid. You were not just, even if you were a slave or you were just a regular person, it came with a price. Some form of payment, whether it was the exchange of food, whether it was the exchange of these assets, whatever the case may be, no matter how you try to frame it, everything came with a price. I mean, like, y'all acting as if we've never had some form of leadership within any and every society that has came through this world. Just call it what it is. Y'all are lazy. Y'all have some bum mentalities, and y'all don't want to work for it. But I will say this: this same rhetoric that a lot of people have, I believe y'all will be the ones that, y'all would have passed away early. With this mentality, and I'm just talking about the mentality, y'all wouldn't have made it. Y'all would not have made it. If this world was to go back to hunter-gatherer or an agricultural society, a lot of y'all would not even made it. Let's just be honest. But I digress. Let's keep it going.
People just helped other people. Now I have to convince dude bros on why period products should be free. I have to convince the Christian government why condoms should be free and accessible. I have to convince people that, like, men, women, and children deserve to eat no matter what their, whatever their money bracket is. Like,
I disagree. You could talk about tampons, all that type of stuff. You could talk about condoms. All that stuff costs. Somebody has to make it. And we're talking about making things in mass, not just for a set of people. When our society in early stages used to be a group of people, a grouping of people. Now we can travel, go here, go there. It is different. What are we talking about?
firmly believe capitalism just deleted empathy. That's pretty much what's happening in this world. And this is why things like, mental illness even exist.
Man, empathy ain't went nowhere. It rains on the just and the unjust equally. And whatever your life deals you, you have to deal with it. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have empathy for the homeless, don't have empathy for people that can't eat. But when we were living hunter-gatherers or whatever the case may be, it's people that went hungry then. All because we have moved up and created a great society across the world doesn't mean that everybody can eat. And I'm not saying I don't feel bad for people that can't eat. I remember growing up, we couldn't just eat steak or have this and have that. We had to eat pinto beans and hot dogs and pinto beans. We had to eat what my mama could afford. Now y'all want to be outside eating nothing but crab legs. Y'all kids eating crab legs and fish boils all the time. Back then we couldn't do that. So now that y'all got a little money in y'all pocket, things that you wouldn't eat back then, now, this is what you deserve. None of us deserve anything. We don't deserve nothing. But it's a blessing to have. It's a blessing to at least have the opportunity. But I digress. Sippers, sip it. Let's keep it going.
Take. I don't even think mental illness really exists like that. I think capitalism forces everybody to be one person, John Human, and if you're not John Human, there's something wrong with you. Capitalism fucked up literally everything in everyone's lives. And I'm just supposed to be okay with it. And if I'm not okay with it, I'm unwell. I'm weird. Why would I expect the government handouts? No. What is a government handout if there was genuinely no capitalism whatsoever? You know, a government handout would be, hey, somebody in my village needs a house. Can we build it for them? And everybody just goes, yes. And then we build the house. There's no capitalistic incentive. Somebody has a place to live and we have a new friend in the neighborhood.
My guy, we see that now. We see that now when it comes down to Section 8, public housing, food stamps. We see that now. Y'all are so dependent on the government, but that money has to come from somewhere. You know where it comes from? All of us taxpayers. It comes out of your pocket. Like this guy talking about capitalism, yeah, your light's on, but I guarantee the person next door to you, if you're living in an apartment or something, their light's on as well. And to keep those lights on, somebody has to pay for it. And you're paying for it. So I say it like this. If you're living in if you're living in a house, let's say it like this. If you're living in a house, you're paying to keep your lights on, right? And if somebody else that's living off of Section 8 or something like that, or just living in the projects, ain't paying no bills whatsoever, and you're paying for their house, you're paying for their bills as well. So you're double paying already. So this notion, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, because like I said, it rains on the just and the unjust. I've lived in many places. I've had struggles in my life, so I'm not even disqualifying anyone, because you can come up. And sometimes you got to start somewhere. But however, the mindset that a lot of people have is quite ludicrous and shouldn't, like, it's redundant when I hear these conversations that the government everything should be free. Do we see what's going on right now in New York? Y'all wanted a Mondani, and he's not able to deliver on anything because you're trying to use somebody else's money. He talking about he gonna tax the rich, but he's still gonna tax y'all too. Because if they leave and go somewhere else, where is the money gonna come from to support all of these initiatives that he want to implement, all these policies that he want to implement? Where you think the money gonna come from? So I think really, when it all comes down to it, people are lazy. People people are looking at other people's pockets, and people are not educated or don't think with common sense, and people just want to pout and point the finger. They don't want to do it themselves. They want you to do it and spend your resource doing it, but they don't want to do it themselves. I think we got a bunch of whining baby adults in this world, and it's only amplifying because of the people, the generations that are coming behind us, seeing these ungrateful whiners get online and spew ignorance. But that's just my take on it. Sippers, sippers, y'all tell me what y'all think. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's your boy Mercy. I'm out.